Is there a difference between men and women?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Mama ever really loved us. No, what I think is that she wanted to run off and leave it all. You see, he was such a disappointment and really not worth her effort. But she would have felt way too guilty to leave us with him, and way too guilty to give us away, so she just lived with it. The older we got, the more closed off she became. As if the more aloof she was, then we, or anyone really, would expect less. Minimal effort on her behalf. I sometimes think we would all be somewhere at a function, a picnic or a birthday party, and we'd be surrounded by people, usually family. And I'd see her sat at a picnic table or one of those folded chairs just way off in the corner of the backyard. When people would look over, she'd put on that painted smile. And if anyone spoke to her, she'd nod. And she'd answer you in as few syllables as possible. I can remember that waxen smile. Her looking innocuous. Just imagining some flood to come and end us all instantly. She would be picturing some disaster that would end us. And all she would do was inch her chair back or remove herself completely from the path of disaster. And she wouldn't even cry out. I mean, not that she would ever aid or help in any way in our doom, but she would just let it happen. Of course, she would go to the funeral, and people would mistake her stoic silence as respect or sadness. And she'd nod at the mourners as they came and took her hand and whispered sorrow. And then she'd stand up and she would flatten her dress with the palm of her hand, and she would leave the church and walk out into the world, free to be herself.
This is how come I am drowned. First the sun shone on me, then the wind blew over me, then the sand polished me, then the sea touched me, then the tide came. His brother didn't wait long. Same day as the funeral. That afternoon, he was over here. Came right on in the house and found me in my room. He didn't say much. Just walked over to me, gave me some flowers and a pack of that red licorice that I like so much. Supposed to taste like strawberries or something fresh. All I taste is sugar. Like chewing candle wax. You wonder why you even bothered to put it in your mouth, and then this rush of sweet. All of a sudden, quick and hard, like slipping a coin under your tongue. I grabbed the flowers and put them on the bed. Grabbed a piece of the licorice to put in my mouth. Went and sat down by the mirror. He stood over me, smiling. He loosened his belt, swung it across my face, soft like a sheet on a line might catch you in a gust of wind. I said, "They're still saying it was an accident." He nodded. "That's what they're saying." He picked me up and pushed me on the table. He murmured something into my neck, like praying. I kept my eyes open. I could see the flowers on the bed looking cheap, like they were bought at a corner store, not a real florist. The smell became overpowering, mingling with the faint tang of candy on my fingers. My stomach turned. My fingernails dug in. All of a sudden, he reared, spent, and slid down to the floor, like bed covers falling away after you've smacked them. And I laughed. I threw my head back and laughed, closed my eyes, and relaxed. Besides, what could I do with another man? Pull him on like those old leather boots he once gave me. They were as dark as his uniform, the color of plums dipped in blue ink. Pull them on and stomp the hell out of my loneliness? My loneliness, which is sharp. So sharp that I'm afraid I might cut myself on it. And watch the blood flow red. I think I want some of that licorice. I don't think they sell it at the corner store anymore. I might have to check next time I'm down there.
Is there a difference between men and women?
Mm-hmm.